I know that you want so much more for your life, but I also know something about you that your inability to ask for what it is that you really want is blocking all your blessings. So, welcome to Healing into Femininity. I'm Joanna, and I'm a life coach of over 7 years, and I have worked with more than 100 women all over Europe, from successful influencers to designers to social architects to artists, the whole shebangs, right? Like really amazing women. And me too, myself, I am in the same pot. So we're the same, okay? That's all I can say. I want to let you know that I know that the root cause of all your pain and suffering is your inability to ask for what it is that you really want, right? We all know that saying, ask and it shall be given. Ask and it shall be given, whether you are religious or spiritual or whatever, you've probably heard that before. Ask and it shall be given. And I believe that it's true. But what blocks us from asking what it is that we really want is the fear of getting rejected. And I'm going to tell you my story. I'm always being super transparent and vulnerable with you because every time I overcome something like that, I'm willing to share it so you can find yourself in that and know that I can help you. I can help you and that there is a solution to all problems. I believe that 100%. So, what I want to say is that I have been I have been longing for deep connection. And I believe that this, at the end of the day, this is what we really want. We want to find our soul tribe. We want to find the partner or the friends or the clients or the business partners that are truly in alignment with our values and with our vision, right? So it's the foundation and the vision. We want that. Like if you know your values and if you know your vision, you want to walk that path and you want to attract people. And I like to call it friends, right? We want to call in friends along that journey because that's basically what it is. Like we are all inner children on this journey. So what I realized is that this longing for more is the longing for love. It is the longing for love. And I know that it sounds maybe a little tacky or whatever, but that's what it is. So this longing for love also called me out, right? When we say follow your calling, I received that calling 10 years ago when I was in my corporate job. My life looked perfect. Everything was good. I was at the peak of my beauty and youth and my height of success. But I knew that there was more, and I followed that calling. And I went out into the wild, into the wilderness, and I went out to find what it is that I was looking for. And today, 10 years later, I can tell you what it is that I discovered. So I was longing for more. I went out, right? Because, and I said it before, I had this perfect life. But one thing that I didn't have was the emotional mastery when it came to relationships, right? I was looking for this deep, deep, intimate, loving relationship, and I thought that I would find it in a man, but not so, right? So I went out and I did what I did best, and that was learning. That is my mastery, right? That is my zone of genius. I love learning, reading, researching, taking courses, going out, becoming a nutritionist, becoming a life coach, becoming a certified project manager, becoming another thing, and stacking all these accolades. And I know that that's you probably too. Like we're good at that, right? We're good at that. But there was always this underlying deep, deep quench, like this deep, deep longing for more. And I had to, and I'm not saying that to brag, right? I'm really saying that so you can find yourself in me. We are powerhouses. We are these amazing women. But what I realized, and that's why my brand is called Healing into Femininity, is that you are not looking for the applause. We're not looking for the validation on the outside. What we're really looking for is a deep connection with ourselves first and foremost. And when I say with ourselves, I personally believe with like I believe in spirit, right? Whatever you want to call it, we can call it more scientific, the quantum field. We can call it soul. We can call it spirit. You can call it the divinity within yourself. Whatever you want to call it, I believe that this is what we want to connect to with our deepest essence, right? And when you're able to connect with your deepest essence, I found that that's love, right? I found that it is love inside of me. And I am now drinking from my own love each and every day. I have found my fountain of youth. I have found the living spirit. I have found like whatever, right? I don't want to glorify myself here, but I just want to say that this is what I was looking for. I was looking for unconditional self-love, right? And along that journey, girlfriend, let me tell you, it was messy AF. It was messy AF. Meaning looking for love in all the wrong places. Again, like getting all the accolades, right? Like standing on stages, which I all still love, right? But still, this one thing that I was looking for, like this deep, unconditional love, only came when I was willing to face my deepest fear. And I realized my deepest fear was, just to tie it back to the beginning, my deepest fear was asking for what it is that I really wanted. And I wanted to be loved the way that I know that I deserve to be loved. That's what I'm asking for, right? Whether it be in my client relationships, being loved, being honored, being respected, right? Being seen as competent and valuable. But the same thing goes with friendships, right? I'm asking for love in return for the love that I have found within me. The same thing goes with a partner, right? Ask for what it is that you truly want, right? Ask for the treatment, ask for the emotional commitment, ask for the trust, ask for the bonding, right? And I believe that we are so, and it has to do with trauma, right? It has to do with trauma that we don't dare to open our hearts, because what does it make you look like when you open your heart and you share your heart and you say, this is me here, I have this to give, my love, right? What does it do? It makes you very vulnerable. So you open your heart and you say, like, this is what I have to give. I'm willing to give this, and I'm asking for the same in return. And that is the root of basically everything. That is the root of relationships. And we find relationships in everything, right? Whether it be clients, lovers, friends, family. And once you realize that that's what it is that you want, and that's okay to ask, and you shall receive it, you will receive it. You will receive the love that you know that you're worthy of. You will receive, if you feel like this deep, grounded, unconditional self-love, which is not rooted in, it's not rooted in in fantasy or in perfection or in like self-aggrandizement, like it's not about you being perfect or this person on this high pedestal, even though of course you are on your own pedestal, but it's not about being better than anybody else. It's not about this fake, distant self-love. It's about grounded, mature, deep-rooted self-acceptance, unconditional self-love that you cultivate for yourself. And then from a very grounded, mature place, asking for reciprocity, right? Asking for the same in return. Knowing your value in business, knowing your value as a human, knowing your value as a woman, knowing your value as a wife or a woman in partnership, right? Knowing your value on a grounded level and then asking. And when I say asking, I mean first and foremost, opening your heart to the universe, right? To life and asking, like allowing yourself to dream again, allowing to say, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want, I want that kind of love. I want that kind of business. I want that kind of client because you love yourself, right? I love myself. So, of course, I only want to work with people who love me too, right? I'm using this word love extra because we have so many different words for that. But I'm speaking about love. I'm speaking about valuing. I'm speaking about respecting. I'm speaking about being able to see me and also give me my honor, right? My honorary, right? My money, right? Same thing goes vice versa, right? I am able to give you a quality of work. I am able to give you a quality of care in the work, right? All of those things, these are values, right? Values of I know how valuable my space is as a business coach, as a coach, as a friend, as a client, as a as a wife, and so on, as a daughter. I know that's my love. And my love is in everything I do. It's in the quality of everything I do. And I'm going to ask you to reciprocate because that's only fair. That is healthy. That is the law of the universe, right? To ask for a match, to ask for mutual respect, love, generosity, right? So I'm saying that to really break it down. Sometimes that's how I feel. I feel that sometimes we also, like my colleagues and like this whole scene, we tend to also like super intellectualize things, right? We want to use all these big words and all these like, yeah, all these big words. I can use those big words too, but what I realize at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Most of us, me included, most of us, we are traumatized in childhood, right? We all have some kind of abandonment wound, like abandonment or neglect or it's some kind of rejection, right, by our parents. Maybe they gave us away too early. It doesn't even have to come from a cruel place. No, no, no. Like even if you had a seemingly wonderful childhood, many times we didn't get that unconditional, longer bonding time with our parents, with our mom and our dad. So there is like this relationship dynamic will continue when we get older. So there is this longing, this deep thirst for love. And then we go out into the world looking for all the validation, for all the brownie points, in all different ways, right? In school, that's the biggest conditioning that we went through, right? Through school, like getting all the good grades because that's when you get the tap on the shoulder, like, yeah, well done. And then that's a little bit of love that we get. And it continues, uni and then work, and then you climb up the ladder, so on and so forth. But then you realize that's actually not really what is giving me what I really am looking for. And that is again how I said this is how I started my journey, because I was this overachiever. I was the woman that was running after the things that I actually also do love, like the learning, but it's not all, right? So we compensate. We go out and we compensate for what it is that we're actually looking for. So that's why I'm saying, like, to go to where I am today, and it took me 10 years, right? And today I teach women just like you exactly how you can get from where you are to this place here, being in abundance, being in a natural way of being as a woman, sharing her skills, but also her love in her work and in everything she does. Right? So this is the journey that I take you through, the transformational journey, coming from here from overdrive to overflow, right? So but what I want to say is, at the end of the day, it comes down to love, and it comes down to being vulnerable enough to share your heart and to say, here, this is what I have to give, and I want to give it to you. And I want you to give it back. Like, I want to be in a reciprocal, healthy relationship, not sacrificing, not martyrdom, right? It's not about us women taking care of men like our sons. No, right? Like, it's not us women giving to the community without getting anything in like return. No, 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 no. I have seen all of that, and I have been all of that. Like, I went through all the different phases of giving without receiving. And again, that's what it's about. As I'm saying, many times it depends on where you are, but if you're listening to this, I believe that you're more on my side in terms of what is the predisposition, right? So many of us, we give, like, that's natural to us. We love to give, 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 but we can't really receive because we don't dare to ask what we want, right? We don't dare to ask for the promotion, for the raise, for the money, for the right clients, for the right treatment, for the right partner, and all of that. We don't dare because we are afraid that we won't get it, right? But, or you are somebody who takes a lot, right? You take, 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 but you don't really give. It can be like that too, but I honestly think that you probably are more on that side, because that's most of the time how we women tend to compensate for, yeah, for the hurt, right? We give, we love to give, but I want to let you know, ask and you shall receive. Ask and it is given, but you got to dare to ask. And asking can be so, like, you need courage to ask. You need the courage to ask for what it is that you truly want, because again, there's always the possibility of being rejected. If you want to learn more on how you can actually create the life of your dreams from a place of self-love, of grounded, again, as I'm saying, grounded, it's no tricks, no shenanigans, no tactics, no manipulation, none of that, right? We are beyond that, right? And I'm not saying that from an arrogant way, but I just want to let you know what this is about. It comes from a genuine, mature way to create abundance, love, relationships, health, all of that. If you want that, I invite you to join the membership. I invite you to be part of the High End Empress Club. You find the link down below in the description. And if you really want to get to work, if you really want to dive in and let me help you to come out on the other side, let's talk. You find all the details in the membership below. And yeah, until then, stay dangerous in the most heart-centered, courageous, loving, soulful way. All right? Until then, bye.